All right, man. How are you feeling coming out of May? Remember that May was the fun month, right?
May is the fun month. Yeah, I I have a good time in May.
Yeah.
So we start with the Kentucky Derby. Country concerts start in May. We have the Indy 500, my birthday, Murph. Like it is just a jam-packed month.
Yeah.
But we started boating season. Summer is here. So coming out of May, like as of today, physically I hurt. I'm a little tired, but I feel pretty good. Um, Mentally, I'm feeling pretty solid. But man, Murph wrecked me, dude. So for those that don't know, Mike Murphy, he was a SEAL that died. If you know the story of Marcus Luttrell, it was part of his whole team, and Luttrell was the only one that survived. And so this guy Mike Murphy, he called it body armor, and it was a workout he put on. You either have a 20-pound vest or they would use their flak jacket, whatever, a rucking pack, and you start with a mile. Then you do 100 pull-ups. You can break it up however you want. 200 push-ups, same thing, break it up. 300 air squats, break it up. And then another mile. But, you don't have to wear the vest. That's what he did. That's how it's written. You don't have to go straight through an order like that. So do your mile before you start your 100 pull-ups. Finish those before you start the push-ups. Finish those, so on and so forth. But a lot of people will run the mile and do, 20 or 30 rounds of X many pull-ups, push-ups, air squats. Kind of gives body parts a rest. But I did it with two other people. We did it straight through at the gym. We had 2 heats at the gym, 20 plus people each heat. Good turnout.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Good DJ?
Yeah, we had DJ Godzillist, who actually knows a friend of ours and the show, Marquise. So they're buddies. But yeah, DJ Godzillist is like our, quote unquote, house DJ for any big events like that. He's our guy. Good DJ as well. So if you're in the Indy area and need one, DJ Godzillist. But yeah, so 3 of us kind of stuck together because we had our vests. We did it straight through, and so it was nice having our own little team within our team. And man, the second 100 push-ups was the hardest part of the day. It was like once I cleared the first 100. So our goal, all 3 of us, we were doing sets of 10 on every movement, as long as we could hang on sets of 10. By about 70-ish pull-ups, I went to sets of 3 to 5, or sets of 5, and then after 100 push-ups, I would go 5s, and then I'd have to go like 3, 4, like just every so few. Man, yeah, those push-ups were something else. Air squats were okay. The second run kind of sucked, but I was fine the day after. And 2 days after, which is common for, DOMS, your delayed onset muscle soreness, but my right forearm, like I can't straighten my right arm. Like the day after I was fine. I was down in Martinsville at Mia's mom's. We're boating, hanging out, doing all this stuff. And then like the day after that, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and I was in pain. I have a good pain tolerance. And this shit woke me up and I could not straighten my arm. Like I can't hold my gym bag. So I don't know what happened, but I think I definitely have some type of strain in my forearm, and it just hurts, man. But hey, it's for a good cause.
Hey, you pushed yourself, good for a good cause.
Yeah.
I mean,
taking a few days off. Yeah, taking a few days off, not touching the weights. Yeah, so
good, man.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend was jam packed. Yeah, like I said, after that went down to Mia's house sitting for her mom while she was away in Martinsville. But we've been down there a handful of times. It's on a little lake, which is nice. They got a little boat that we went out. Shelby and Nicole came down. Let's see, that was Monday night, and then they left that evening, and then I stayed with Mia through Tuesday, and it was just we took the dogs on a walk, went to lunch. Then we just, we sat on the deck and talked for a while. Then we went out on the boat, had a couple beers, and just swam all afternoon. And that was my birthday. And I was just like super calm. And because my birthday was the 31st. And yeah, like I don't need a big, like I'll be 30 next year. So I already have a plan. We're going to do some awesome shit. But I'm like, man, I don't need that much. Like
I'm the same way, man.
Sitting on the water, having a couple beers, like just, I mean, yeah, more the merrier friend-wise, but
yeah,
it's just me and Mia just hanging out and doing our thing. And that perfect day, man.
Yeah.
Perfect day.
Exactly.
So I'll organize something with all the friends back in Indy and get something. Maybe we all go out. Another excuse to.
I better get my invite for that.
Have a nice dinner. Well, you already invited me, so we're hanging out regardless.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm the same way, man. I just surround me with people I care about.
Yeah.
That's, I mean.
Yeah, like let's all go
even
eat,
if it's
drink.
one person, if it's 10 people, like, yeah, that's all I really need. Every day's a birthday anyway. Every day's a gift, man. The fact that we wake up every day.
Facts.
I mean,
so
that's all I need.
Yeah, man, we had a good time. Like we always just have a good time, spend time down there, but together and all that. But coming out of May, feeling good. I have plans with the business. We'll get into those business updates after you kind of run us through some life.
Yeah.
Still waiting on the Yeti sponsorship though. Still coming out of May.
It's June 2022.
Waiting on
Yeti
the sponsorship. Yeah. So if there's a knock on May, that's a thing. So Yeti, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I took, we should get on it too. I took some Alpha Brain earlier. I'm on one right now. We're zipping right along.
Yeah, you're sharp.
Yeah, we're on it. All right, Tim, give us some life updates.
Yeah, May was good for me as well, man. I mean, I'm an outdoors person, so there was some weird inconsistency with the weather at some points, but yeah, I was many outdoor workouts for me. I'm coming out of May feeling extremely healthy, energized. Like I feel like I'm in a good spot, like health wise.
Good.
I've been like I think I've talked about it on this podcast already, but I've been incorporating like 2 workouts a day, 1 indoor and then 1 outdoor, and trying to time it like that. Go to a park with a basketball court and bring my resistance bands, my perfect push-up stuff, and just go to town.
Nice.
I've really enjoyed. I think the last month, I feel like I've gotten more creative with just my exercises. Like I would go to the gym before, and whether it's crowded or not, I would see someone on a machine and I would just get discouraged and just wait on them. And now, like, I've kind of reframed my mindset.
Tim's that guy.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. I've reframed my mindset. Like, there is always something you can do to
do something
exercise.
else productive.
Yeah. And before I was kind of limiting myself. And I think being outside again and being able to just take what I have outside, the little things I have, and do that there, that's allowed me to like be more creative in the actual weight room in a structured setting like that. So coming out, loving the weather, been golfing a lot, obviously, been playing some cool courses, and and I started an Indiana golf Instagram page too.
Let's go.
Last week of May, just for funsies,
funsies.
It's one of those things like, what's one type of account I can start where like I'm so passionate about it that I'm going to post every day on it. And I'm just going to highlight a different golf course each day. I haven't looked how many golf courses are in Indiana. I'm going to look right now. But started it and just going to see where it goes. No real like concrete goals with it right now. I think one of the things that I think could come with it is maybe one of these courses be like, hey, will you help with our social media, something like that. Yeah. I'm always down to do that, but yeah.
So you're tagging them as you post?
Tagging, cool. Putting hashtags, tagging them.
Cool.
I just noticed a lot of these golf courses with social media, they'll have a Facebook page, but they don't really have an Instagram page that's like established. Yeah. So, just doing that and started that. And I'm looking up now. How many golf courses are in Indiana? Because there's so many.
I'm surprised you don't know that number.
More than 400. But the fact that like every hole has, or every course has over 18 holes and 400 courses, like I'm never going to run out of content. And it's amazing. I'll obviously take the pictures when I go to the courses and play them myself, but there's already thousands of photos out there that I can source from Instagram of people who have like tagged the course or tagged the location or tagged a hashtag,
right.
And I can get them from there and obviously credit them. And I'm just excited because I've noticed like there really isn't an account like this that's posting every day. I mean, I saw Visit Indiana had a golf Instagram page branded under Visit Indiana, but they haven't posted since October 2020, so that's kind of been idle. But
dang.
I haven't found one that's posted every day as of right now. So
and maybe you start tagging like the big pages too, just like letting them know you're there.
Yeah.
And like reposting like amazing shots that like the PGA Tour page might post. Yeah, like reposting those I've noticed, and that's something I don't do well enough. But using other content that's hot. Put it on your feed too. Get some more eyes to you. Like, oh, who's this joker?
Yeah.
Oh, does some cool shit. okay, I'll give them a follow.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll be fun.
Right. And I've been mulling, like, do I mix in, like...
Oh, he's mulling.
Do I mix in my passion of coffee in it, too, and do, like, coffee and golf? But as of right now, I'm just going to focus on golf and maybe that, but, yeah, definitely going to...
Can I throw a thought out there on that?
Yeah, what?
If you play in the morning, feature the coffee. Like, if you have coffee with you for that round, feature the coffee.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, then, like,
well, I was gonna say coffee or golf courses and coffee shops. Like, I would feature the coffee shop, and I would feature, like, kind of do an alternate type of thing. But I don't know. Like, I feel like the advantage of that is there definitely isn't an Instagram that's posting a coffee shop and a golf course every other day. Nothing like that.
That would be kind of cool, though.
That would be more unique. Like, whereas, like, there's more likely to be another Instagram page that comes on that only does golf courses. But will there be one that's golf and coffee shop? I don't know.
Got to establish it early, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to focus on golf right now, and then maybe...
But you're in enough coffee shops. You have pictures of hella coffee shops already.
Yeah. I love me some coffee shops. Dude, I'm telling you, at this point, just the smell of a coffee shop kicks some chemical in my brain to, like, hey,
good.
It is time to do work right now. It is time to lock in.
Time to lock. You lock it up.
That's right.
You lock it up.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, though. Like, I'm not, I have this Starbucks coffee today, but iced coffee, I doctored it up a bit. But I'm not a huge Starbucks fan. But, man, you pull up to that drive-through window, and they open it, you get that wafting. Oh, it just smells good. I just love coffee. All things about coffee.
They're good at what they do, too. Starbucks.
The aroma.
Like Starbucks. Like, I know it's obvious because they have built a brand and they probably make the most money out of any coffee shop. But every coffee shop is consistent. All the workers are on point, and maybe some might be having a bad day and the service might not be good at this location. But I noticed most locations, like,
which coffee shop did you just see when you said that in your mind?
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like, the consistency from coffee shop to coffee shop is incredible, and how good and efficient they are. And
well, especially because you're at, like, you're at ones that can't think of words, but it's not a franchise.
Local.
Like a local.
Like a local
yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Jeez, come on, self.
You're good.
But to where I think it's much more noticeable and just kind of blatant if one of those workers, because, like, that's the only one. And that's more detriment than a Starbucks worker being a little shitty one day. It's like, it's Starbucks, fuck it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I agree. You're there, you sit down, it's like, okay, I have my caffeine. It is time to hustle right now. But
in every local, like, obviously Starbucks, it's the same in some Starbucks are designed differently, which is cool. I like the fact that you go to different designs. But, like, local coffee shops, each one has its own, like, identity. Each one has its own, like, vibe. Yeah. And, like, everyone, like, the owner at one point, I'd be like, hey, how do I set up this place? Like, what do I want to make people feel when they're in here? And I was, like, doing our podcast, we love businesses and how they start. So it's always cool to see, like, how a coffee shop started. All
the coffee shop owners in Indy.
Yeah, episode 170, Rachel Pretty, the owner of Rose and Lois Coffee Shop.
That was a
Carmel,
good one.
Indiana.
Good one.
We brought her on. Yeah.
Yeah, take a listen. Reach out. If you have a coffee shop, get on the show.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could buy a Starbucks franchise. Or, like, one location, you know what I mean? Damn. I wish I could buy one.
Hey, if and when you have kids one day, you can be like, hey, you either go to college or I'll buy you a franchise and teach your kid how to run a franchise.
I don't want to.
I read that this morning because I said that's what Mark Zuckerberg's dad did. He said you can either go to college or you can run a franchise.
I mean, that's
smart.
Yeah. Like, if my kid's got a business going on in high school and it's actually, like, got some legs, I'll let him not do college for a year. Be like, hey, take a year. If this thing goes under, you go to school. If it doesn't, keep running with it, man.
Yeah. What do you think from now and 20? I think about this all the time. Like, what our kids, what education will look like then. Do you think it'll look similar to what it looks like right now in 20 years? Different? And if so, how different? Because I do think that the universities, that will obviously still be a staple. I don't think that's ever going away. But
agreed.
Do you think anything will change with education?
100%. So I think there will be a lot more people that don't go to college right away.
Yeah, the numbers will just continue to go down.
I think so.
Yeah.
But it will eventually plateau due to professions like lawyers, doctors, whatever you need that true higher education for. Like I'm saying, you're going to have less business majors and all that. Like you're just going to see less of that. But yeah, particular sciences, law, whatever. So eventually, I think it'll still keep going down a little bit, and it will level off due to those fields. But we're seeing a lot more areas of study that people are actually interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So like Butler has a new gaming center for
it's so cool.
Gaming.
It's in the old Atherton computer lab. Do you remember where that was?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I walked through there.
Crazy.
It's cool.
Yeah, so they're having more stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to continue to see more of that because that's also how universities will still retain some of those people. Like we were saying, we'd let our kids take off a year.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those might you have, though, with how much you can do with the internet, how much money you can make just doing YouTube, whatever,
to
where it's like, do I need college right now?
Yeah.
But if you're making money, you are somehow running a business, and I think that is a better degree than what a university can give you.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, there's good tools that I'm not saying college is useless, but I kind of wish I would have taken a year, done a handful of different things, and realized, okay, do I need school? And if so, what do I need to, what classes do I need to take for it?
Mm-hmm.
Like for what I want, what do I really need from this college?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a good time in college.
Yeah.
I lived the college life, stereotypical college. But now it's like, damn, if I had a little more guidance of, hey, try some things first, see what you need if you need it, and then do those things, exclude the extras.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I think you'll see that. Still quite a bit of remote. You'll see more things that people are really drawn towards. Like, I think college has to follow the market more than trying to dictate the market.
Yeah. And be open to pivoting and changing to a company like the other alternatives that are out there for people to learn. I think the biggest, you kind of alluded to it, I think the biggest thing will be the changes in the curriculum. I feel like you'll see less of like a liberal arts style education where like, hey, like you got to take all these other classes too. But I feel like it'll be more focused and streamlined on like learning a trade or like learning like how to do like a certain type of skill, like coding. Like you'll go to college and you'll only learn how to code and like.
Right.
Because I feel like we're gonna realize to the point where, hey, like my time is valuable. I only have 24 hours in a day. Like it makes sense for me to go to college and just learn only what I'm gonna use after college.
Exactly.
As long as you know like what you're going into it for.
Yeah.
I feel like why waste time?
100%.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing gaming, I don't need to take calculus. It's just. But I also think, I mean, outside looking in, I don't work in education, so I have a different perspective. But I think college needs to stop making strictly employees. They need to make people who understand life too. And hey, there's like Butler has entrepreneurship classes, but I mean, truly getting into what really happens when you start your own business.
Yeah.
What the business world is really like, because it's cold.
Yeah.
Things like, this is part of why I want to be an adjunct, like teach people how to balance a freaking checkbook. We've talked about relocation depression, bills, having your own health insurance, like all these things, doing adult life after college. Because college is a bubble, man.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think
there needs,
that part of college needs to change. Like, you said curriculum will keep changing. I think they need to make sure they teach people how to live in the world.
Right. Agreed.
But, I'm glad you brought it up. I think it's always an interesting topic because, I mean, there's pros and cons of everything, but man, college needs to.
I honestly don't even remember how we got on that topic, but I'm glad we did.
I don't either.
But yeah, May was good. Life updates.
So all that to be said, May was solid.
Yeah. So business updates. What are you currently working on in your business, and anything you'd like to share at this point?
Yeah, so still doing the business coaching stuff. The last few days, I took a few days off with all the holiday weekend and stuff for my birthday. So good to be back on it. But man, I'm organizing. Like, I have better ways of having my forms filled out, how to send it to people. I'm utilizing Google Docs a ton for organization. And that kind of work is hard for me to personally do. Mm-hmm. I don't like that work, but until I can hire someone, it's also good for me to know every part of the business. But doing that, and so that's for the nutrition side. Rehab side is good, finishing with some patients, starting some new ones, getting good results, getting reviews from people. So that's my thing. I'm asking for Google reviews. Like, hey, if I send you this link, would you mind just giving me a quick 5-star review? 1 to 3 sentences. I'm not asking for a book. Because that, even like 10 to 20 can make a difference. So doing that. But the personal training side has gotten interesting. So I have a few different clients. I do couples training too, which is fun. Like, I have a boyfriend girlfriend couple. Yeah. Still have the one-on-ones going, and I have this one client. She has given me a lot of business, and she's so fun to work with. So I told her, hey, get like 6-7 of your girlfriends. Let's have a ladies' night. And so what I'm going to do, like, after the last class at the gym, I'm going to start 15-20 minutes afterwards. It's just going to be us. I'm going to have a whole separate playlist just for their workout. Get all the women together. It's a partner style workout. So, it'll be teams of 2, and nothing like too crazy. We're not going to barbell cycle, any of that. Just a fun workout, and, go for a good hour. And of course, my hope is to capture a little more business. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. But it's, to build the book. Yeah. And that's what I'm starting to do, is things like that. And I've kind of been strategizing the last few weeks of what to do. But then in my nutrition business stuff, they have good insights on what to do, how to try to get more leads. So I'll have the ladies' night. I think that's going to be a big hit. I could see that being like kind of a weekly thing. Yeah. Even with gym members too.
Yeah, and build an even stronger sense of community at the gym too.
Right. So, and then, because I'm not charging for these, so I could eventually charge for a ladies' night and get like, open to the public. Yeah. Hey, it's ladies' night. We got 16 spots total. If you're in the Indy area. So who knows what it could be. Yeah.
Was this just an idea that came to you in the middle of the night? Like, what motivated you?
I was talking to my mom.
Oh, nice.
And she was like, hey, what if you did an offering? Say, hey, Slager, if you have a couple friends. Clutch. She's like, yeah, ask her if she's got some friends. Do something if she's been a really good client and get more business. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. Like, now let's turn into a ladies' night. I might even take a couple bottles of Moscato for these ladies after we're done. Yeah. A little glass of wine. Like, just show them such a fun time around health and fitness. And then, yeah, hopefully capture a little business. But then, yeah, nutritionally, I'm kind of doing the same. I'm going to offer, so if you're listening to this and it's not booked, hit me up, see if I got spots left. But as of now, 5 spots for 21 days, free nutrition coaching. Whatever the goal is, I'll write a plan for everyone. We'll have, a weekly check-in. Hit me up. We'll probably have a little Facebook group. But if I have not worked with you or consulted with you, 5 spots, 3 weeks, free nutrition coaching. So doing things like that. Yeah. To try to give a little first, have them have a taste, and then be like, hey, if we do stuff together, that's when we get into the real nitty gritty of why this matters, that matters. So yeah, just trying out different ways to get leads, capture more business, and yeah, that's the focus right now. Writing, got a new client writing, so
nice.
Yeah, I have my one SEO guy that I do. He does the websites, all the digital marketing, ads, all that, and I'm his guy for the written stuff. And we have one new client where I'm kind of on retainer, X many pieces a month for this much money. And so if I get a few more of those, eventually I'll hire someone to write for me so I can focus some writing, mostly the nutrition and coaching business. But yeah, I get a few more of those, and I'll probably hire a copywriter.
Look at this guy.
So
I love it.
But
things are brewing over here. People.
Those two things. Oh man, the next 6 months, I'm very excited for the next 6 months.
It's a brewing.
It's so close. Like that snowball is right almost at that edge. And once I hit this 60-day sprint with my nutrition people in like a month and a half, oh baby.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
It is on. And I'm feeling like things are set up and now we're ready to hit the track.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good. Things are feeling dangerous. And dude, everything's gonna start flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So how's your business going?
Business is going extremely well right now.
I'll do a tip after you go. I want to hear you talk.
Yeah, and then I'll do my tip after you. Awesome.
Just want to hear you talk, baby.
That's right. This is my business update today is more of like a not really a process improvement, but like another value add. I asked myself like, what can I continue to give people to make it worth doing business with me? And obviously I give them a resume, I give them my time, I give them my ideas, my insights. But I want to also give people like some freebies and some resources after I'm done completed the project. So once I've delivered the resume and the LinkedIn profile and everything to them, what can I give them beyond that to set them up for success once they start the job search? So right now I'm developing, or I've already developed and kind of just organizing and streamlining a cheat sheet for the interview in terms of interview tips and then questions to ask. So I'm going to give them that part. I'm going to give them like a list of best practices for the job search, like tactics and strategies that they can do to increase their chances of getting a job outside of just uploading a resume, like different like things they can do on LinkedIn or other tips like that. And then templates for like thank you notes after the interview. So like things that they like types of communications that they can send to people after the interview. So just another thing that I want to give people that makes it worth doing business with me, and just kind of giving more not credibility, but reasoning for why I charge what I charge, just to give them like more value beyond that. So just working on that stuff right now. And then obviously like really trying to continue to hammer and try to get into a public speaking engagement where I can talk to an organization. So after we're done recording today, you are nice enough to take a video of me on the GoPro. I'm going to start sending some like outreach videos out to people. So yeah, I'm really excited on that. But yeah, right now, obviously like I'm the last month has been crazy with moving houses. So I haven't been able to dedicate as much time to that outside stuff, just taking care of current clients and prospective clients. But yeah, once I get moved in, and I think June and July, I'm really trying to maximize these next 2 months and really make sure I'm pivoting my business.
Love it. Let's go.
Yeah. So we're rolling, man. I'm really thankful to continue to still be able to do it, and I want to really just capitalize on some of the ideas that I've been doing. So yeah.
I want to Jen Psaki and circle back on some things.
Yeah. Circle back. Connect the dots. Let's go.
Companies that you're reaching out to for speaking. Any particular industry or niche? Any types of companies?
Yeah. So three main people. Three main external stakeholders. Universities.
Okay.
So like resume writing, LinkedIn, interview prep workshops at those. Career centers or like other organizations that help people who maybe like they didn't have a traditional educational route, trying to like help people form a strong career, whether it's people who are maybe like coming out of prison and trying to get back on the right track. Maybe these are people who just didn't get a high school education. They're going back to get that. People who are transitioning from the military into civilian life. The military has organizations that do that already, but kind of adding another layer to that.
Okay.
Those type of organizations. And then just regular companies with a sales team that needs to learn how to utilize LinkedIn. So
okay.
Those are the three. And you'll see when we record these videos, I have a certain outreach message for each different type.
Okay. The military stuff, remind me after we're done, you should talk to Dr. Owens.
Okay.
He's worked with like the Marine Coordinating Council.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows a lot of people in different parts of the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Where he can probably know at least where to guide you to offer that up to someone, or maybe get on like an email thread or have it sent to those people's emails. So
I'd appreciate that, because there's a lot of people in the military who they are doing amazing stuff. Like they're doing jobs and projects and responsibilities that like people in like civilian life are doing, but because they're doing it in such a specialized setting, so it's tough to sometimes translate that to someone who's never been in the military before. Right. So like that's kind of where I come in and be like, hey, like I've worked with 100, like at least 100 people who have been in your position. And help them translate what they've been doing so they can get a good job in the civilian life.
Also, I like that, because so a lot of those people have a hard time transitioning because they've seen the real world.
Yeah.
They know what the real world is like.
Yeah.
We live in a fantasy land over here.
Right.
So, I can't even imagine how hard that is to go from what they've seen and had to do and then back to, I'm writing a resume.
Yeah.
Like, I knew my job. I did my job.
Yeah.
I was told what to do when I had to do it. And I think I love that just because I have a lot of veteran friends, responder friends. But Christoph Lewis, I think you should touch base, because and I haven't seen him post for a while, or maybe I haven't seen it so Instagram hides it from me now. But I remember he was big in trying to help veterans transition. So maybe see if he's like with an organization who tries to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
And be like, hey, do you have anyone doing their resumes? Because I can do that, help them with interviews, all that. So he'd probably be a good one to reach out to as well to expand that network.
Yeah. He did officially close the chapter on his podcast because he's moving on to he's in the process of learning how to manage and buy a storage facility.
Oh,
like real estate.
Big money and stuff.
Yeah, so him and his wife. I mean, he still has his regular job where I think he
was tech.
Yeah,
IT
tech, like
something.
Consulting, like a remote job. But he's like trying to build that.
Yeah,
I think that's why he's kind of gone quiet, because I think he's going through that process, learning how to do that.
Good
and
for
like,
him.
I'm sure it's a huge challenge to like find a spot and buy it. So I'm sure he's like navigating that. But
that man's gonna do very well. I mean, he already is.
Definitely.
But he's gonna be a killer, man.
Yeah.
Like, good for him.
I mean, he's got a good head on his shoulders. Like whatever he puts his mind to, he's gonna do well.
Man, we should just do another episode with him. That's what we should do. Be like, hey, take us through like everything, shutting it down, what you're into now. Yeah, we'll just let's reach out to him, and then get with him on the veteran side for sure, and we can talk about it on the show. But I think now just talking out loud about it, that'd be a great second episode with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Christoph Lewis. Oh, what a guy.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, I think having videos are powerful. And then, what else was I going to say? So we went towards the company. What did you say before?
Universities, organizations that help people transition, and then companies that have linked sales teams.
That's right.
So those are the three ones.
Yeah.
I'm ready to like put myself out there and start like speaking to groups, because I mean, I'm a good written communicator, but I mean, I think I could argue I'm even better at like.
You're also nice orator, Tim.
I think I want to put it to the test, man. I'm ready. So
good. Good.
Yeah. So that's kind of that. So
and shit, our buddy. Oh man, I just lost it. Author, keynote speaker. We've had him on twice.
Oh, Scott Mouts.
Scott Mouts. Hit him up. Yeah. Hey, what kind of networks can you introduce?
I got to give him a call. I sent him an email.
Okay.
I don't think that's good enough.
Busy guy.
I don't think that's good enough. I'm going to have to be a little more strategic.
Do you have his assistant's email still?
Yeah. I'll go back and just reach out. I think that's the best way.
Because I think she likes us.
Yeah.
So she's the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So tip, it was my birthday, so I ate all the things I wanted to eat. I drank what I wanted to drink. And not like I got wasted or anything, but I wanted to quickly go over like food relationships, because we have this big thing now is cheat meals, and I don't like that just because it makes you feel naughty about having a burger and fries. If you want a burger and fries, man, if that's like your you like that if you go out once or twice in a week and you just, man, I love this burger and fries. And you're on your diet, eating clean, like 80-20, man. And don't feel bad about it. Don't say you're cheating. It's part of the plan. Enjoying your life is part of the plan. Mm-hmm. Like, unless you're getting ready to step on stage and you got to be to a T and you can't miss, fine. That's one thing. But like us, we're average gym goers. Like we like training. We like to be in good shape. But I did not feel bad one bit. Like, I had some nice sipping tequila. I had, went out for lunch, had some fries, had steak sandwiches. Like, I kept eating. Mm-hmm. It's what I wanted to do. Like, It's my birthday. I'm going to eat good food with people I want to be around. I had burgers and, all the things. It was, like, I think we have a big issue with verbiage and food, because words really do matter. Whether it's about food or something else, words really matter a lot. And so it's, I shouldn't eat that. It's like, okay, it's not as optimal to have a burger and fries 6 days a week. Mm-hmm. Agreed. But once or twice, it's not going to destroy you if you're on your training and nutrition the rest of the week. There's not good and bad foods. There's good and bad application of foods. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had people that I've coached with in nutrition where I purposefully wanted them to have a burger and fries. Mm-hmm. If I at some points just need them to get calories. Mm-hmm. So if they're burning a lot, they're right in preseason, floating to in season, and they're low on calories, I'll give them a high calorie meal. Like, fuck it. Like, I need you to have burger and fries because it's high calorie and I just want you fed. Mm-hmm. Time and place. People say, are bananas good or bad? Well, they're not ideal for if you're trying to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. Don't eat a banana 5 minutes before you go to bed because, it's going to have a sugar spike. But before, after a training, or like just throughout the day, you want a banana, fine. Mm-hmm. It's not that foods are good and bad. Yeah, some are going to be more ideal to your goals, more optimal. But if you go out and celebrate whatever, or you're just out with friends, drink what you want to drink, eat what you want to eat, and then get back on track. Like, no one ever got skinny off one salad or fat off one piece of pizza. Mm-hmm. So I see it all the time. Oh, this is my cheat meal. No, like, you're not cheating. It's just part of the plan.
Could you say it's not really a cheat meal? It's kind of like a reward meal? Is that a good way to frame it? That's kind of how I frame it. Like, consistent, like, stay consistent with eating healthy, but, like, don't frame eating bad as
like, it's part of the 20%. 80-20.
Yeah.
It's just part of the 20%.
Okay. Doesn't need to be a reward. It just needs to be there.
No. It's like, I just think, it's, again, a lot of people kind of know what works, what doesn't, if they've been doing it a long time. Like, I know if I've been eating out, which I have lately, a little too much, like a few days a week rather than once or twice. Yeah, I can feel that. I notice that. Mm-hmm. But I recognize, okay, time to get back on track. Mm-hmm. I don't feel that I cheated, on my plan or on myself, whatever. Like,
cheated implies something negative.
Yeah, and it's like you're not doing anything wrong by having a meal that just kind of feeds your soul a little bit. Yeah. Like, still enjoy your life. Right. That's why I don't ever really have a plan, at least at this point in my life, to try to step on a stage. Mm-hmm. I like how I live my life. I train hard, I eat well, but I enjoy things. Yeah. Like, I like nice things. Like, so, I think just understanding to have a good relationship with food, and just, again, verbiage really matters. You're not cheating, like, incorporate it. Like, you can incorporate those things if you're super macro driven, like, I follow the macros. Like, that's how fine. You can still incorporate all those in, but that does leave room for a lot of bad foods, but just work it into the plan. Yeah, work it in. Yeah. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel naughty. Yeah. Just 80-20. Yeah. Enjoy yourself. Okay. But have a good relationship with food. Like, it's okay. I like it. Good and bad application. Yeah. All right. Tip from Tim. Yeah. Ooh, so I kind of like that.
Yeah. So today I'm going to talk about knowing what direction to go with in your career. Kind of put on the career coaching hat today. I do work with a lot of people who are like, man, where do I go next? I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't like, I'm good at what I do. I want to people have some goals in mind, but like these are for the open-ended people that like they're not sure what the next step is. And I'm going to make it simple for you. I think it's a matter of priorities, and I think it's prioritizing three things. I think the first thing is there a specific skill that you want to develop in this next role? That's one thing. The second thing, is there a specific dollar figure or salary number that you want to reach in your next role? That's number two. And the third one, is there a certain type of people, certain type of group of people, or certain type of company culture that you want to be a part of? And you can couple that into a company culture that respects work-life balance and having more free time. So that kind of groups under that. And I'm not going to say like, I think all three of these things should contribute to your decision on where you want to go next. But I do think you should prioritize them and rank them 1, 2, 3. And I think that will drive your decision making and help you make better decisions when you're filtering what types of jobs you want to go for. So just to recap, is there a specific skill you want to develop in this next role? Is there a certain dollar figure or salary that you're shooting for? Or is there a certain group of people or type of company or type of culture that you want to be a part of? And so when talking about like resume writing and your job search and your interview and all that stuff, if there's a specific skill you want to develop, if that's your top priority, then you should rebrand who you are as a person in your resume and your interviews, and you should tailor your entire like job search towards developing that skill and place a priority on that. If there's a certain dollar figure and you're looking for a salary bump, I think it's important to emphasize like, hey, let's take inventory of what I've been doing the past 5 to 10 years. What are my top 5 to 10 career highlights? What are the specific ways that I have impacted my companies? How can we ask the necessary questions to go back and be like, hey, like, can we be more descriptive here? What was the material impact of me doing this? How can I show proof behind what I've been doing to make me worth a salary increase when I'm applying for jobs?
Yeah,
so
that's good.
That's kind of what we would emphasize there. And then the third one, like a certain type of group or culture you want to be a part of with your resume and your job search, you should emphasize who you are as a leader, how you interact with people, and what your impact on a company's culture will be. So that's where with the resume, we would focus more on your leadership style. Who have you interacted with in the past? How have you helped other groups? What is important to you out of a company? So So if you're not sure where to go, just make it simple and prioritize three things. Is there a specific skill you want to develop? Is there a dollar figure or salary you want to go after? Is there a type of culture you want to be a part of? So,
yeah, and that makes it specific. Like, rather than, I don't know what I like to do. Okay, how much money do you want to make? And there's no wrong answer. What types of people do you want to be around, or do you not want to be around any people at all? You want a high-paying remote job? Okay, there's plenty of those.
Yeah.
And around what skill? Yeah, I like those because it gives people a direction. Yeah. Like it makes them think of what they actually want rather than, oh, hey, what do you want? Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, break it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because I think I tried to like really reflect on like when I talk to clients, like what do they want? And most everything that they say falls under one of those three categories in some way. Okay. So yeah, keep it simple. Go 3 categories.
What would you say to someone who is maybe, hey, Tim, I know how much money I want to make. I know the types of people. I know the skill. I'm having trouble finding one with all 3. Do I have to compromise and give something up?
That's a great question. I would say it depends on your current situation. Like if you have a job, if you have a job that you're satisfied with and you're willing to keep doing, I don't think you should compromise. I think the level of desperation, if you're out of a job and you need to get one soon, I do think it's important to maybe not compromise, but really be a little more lenient on one of the other 3 things you're looking for. But I would say at the end of the day, like, I don't think you should compromise in any way. I think we live in a world where we have LinkedIn, we have the internet, we have social media, we have the ability to build relationships. It's all about how much work you actually want to put into finding that thing, because it is out there for you, even though it may not seem like it at the surface. I just think it's a matter of putting in the effort, being strategic about where you look, because like there are opportunities out there. Yeah, we have the internet, so and we have the ability to communicate with people. You have the ability to call anyone up from a company and ask like, hey, what's it like working here? What's the job culture like here? What's your experience been like in this role? And obviously that can be tough when you work a current job, but like that's why people partner with people like me to kind of take that load off you and help you with that process. And yeah, that's a great question though. But I don't think you should ever compromise when it comes to your career. If you're going into a job where you're going to be working 40 hours a week and you're going to be spending half your week there, like you should by no means compromise.
Believe that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Great question though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good knowledge, man. Those are good tips that people can ask themselves.
Yeah.
And like a T-chart, pros and cons.
Yeah.
Of your current spot. Okay, what don't I like? I'll look for that, in the next job where they don't have that. Cool. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's get a little down and nerdy with it. I started Man Uncivilized. So I was referred this lady by a friend of mine, and she's not like a doctor of psychology or anything. Like she's not like therapist, like clinical, but sort of, kind of, but does a lot of relationship work too. And I was like, oh, I could probably just, I've needed someone to just help guide me in some certain areas of life where I've been working with this lady for a little bit now, and she's awesome. Her name's Autumn Worley. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Sorry, butchering it. But she sent me a couple books, which I thought was really cool. And I started this one called Man Uncivilized by Trevor Boehm, or Bem, Boehm. And I'm only about like 70, 80 pages in. But in short, it goes through the mindset of men, kind of how we perceive things, how we think about things, how we act or react, and kind of gives a voice to, I don't want to say the voiceless, but to guys that like, we think we can't talk about our emotions or like be emotional, have feelings, show those things. Like we're the protector, we're the provider, we suck it up and deal with it if we don't like it, like all these things. And like we just take it. And this book is kind of doing the opposite of like, no, you can be a manly man and still like have like be in touch with a little more of your feminine side of things. And by that I mean, it's okay to tell your significant other how you feel about things. It's okay to talk about your emotions and share that with people. So it's it goes through a lot of those aspects of kind of just men and their mindset. And it's along the way, it kind of gives the nudge of, hey, it's also manly to not bottle shit up before it explodes.
Right.
Because a few years ago, that was kind of a trait of mine. I would just, due to past experiences, whatever, I just would hold things in because wouldn't get anywhere talking about it. And, eventually you just kind of blow a fuse, and likely on the wrong person, just because they breathed wrong that day. So, yeah, interesting book. Little thicker read. Like I said, I'm only about 70, 80 pages in. But so far I can see how it can really be helpful. It's written by a man, for men, but really just kind of gets in the trenches about it. So very fascinating read so far. I like it.
Good.
And easy read too.
Yeah.
Like bigger print on a lot of pages. And then it'll kind of go big to normal print. So easy read, can get through a good amount pretty quick. But yeah, just kind of one of those things like, hey, this is okay. Like, and just, yeah, gets in the mindset a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big hurdle for a lot of people to overcome. Like they think, that if they share their feelings, like they're going to be less manly or whatever reason people have for bottling stuff up. But yeah, I just feel like, and you can probably attest to this, like it's liberating to share your thoughts with someone and just feel heard and feel understood and feel important. I think 100%. That it can't even be described how important that is for like your mental health and your ability to like perform as a human being going forward. Because I really think you're limiting your potential if you bottle that stuff in sometimes. And like, while it's perfectly like okay and good to like sort through emotions on your own and meditate or whatever you do to handle emotions on your end, there's definitely an important piece of that you need to take care of. But yeah, I do think it's so, just you don't even need to talk to someone and they don't even need to say anything back. Just like talk to someone and there are people out there that just want to listen.
Yeah.
So
just let them take a little bit.
Yeah. And if you're in a healthy relationship, your significant other will always be there to listen to you and understand and say like, I may not totally understand exactly what you're going through, but I try my best to empathize with you and I understand where you're coming from and I'm here for you to just listen.
Yeah.
That's all it takes sometimes. You don't need someone to
They don't need to fix everything.
Your feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've had to work on myself as a weakness is to not diagnose things when people come to me and stuff. Just listen.
They don't do. Yeah, we're similar in that fashion. Like we're fixers. We want to fix the problem.
Yeah.
It's like not everything needs to be fixed and not everything's broken.
Right.
It's just they don't need you to solve it. Like they got to deal with it. They just want you to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that. Autumn made a good point in our last session that women want to also feel safe. Like, yes, they want to be provided for, like food on the table, financially, like, protected. But they also want to feel safe that their man will say something. Like, he will speak up. Like, he won't hold something back or hold something in or reserve. Because then, look, she will feel that energy. And she doesn't know if it's just how you feel or, oh, man, is there, like, someone else involved? Like, what's going on? Like, he's withholding something, but won't say what it is. And I never thought about it that way. But women want to feel safe in the sense that their man will talk about things and be open and honest about, hey, this made me feel that way. Or, hey, you probably didn't mean this, but this kind of rubbed me wrong because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all small stuff as long as you bring it up in that manner. And then talk about it 5-10 minutes, fix it. All right, we're good. We're solid.
Yeah.
That should be it. And so, just making your, spouse feel safe in that regard of being able to have good communication, which I'm not always perfect about. I think I'm better as opposed to 3 years ago. Like, I stand up for myself. I say things, but with good delivery. But, just good open communication. It's not less manly to be a good communicator.
Yeah. Facts.
Still a man's man. Rip the hair off your chest if it makes you feel better. Yeah. It's that Snickers commercial. Quick, do something manly. Rip hair off their chest. Because they did like the Lady and the Tramp spaghetti style, but with the Snickers.
Yeah.
I think that's an old Super Bowl commercial. Quick, do something manly. Rip the hair off their chest.
Those are amazing.
All right, what you got for us, Tim?
Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry. This is more of self-awareness aspect of emotional intelligence, like understanding yourself. I thought this was especially applicable to something that I went through like a week or so ago. Like, the thing is, don't be fooled by a bad mood. Have you ever had those times where like you're just like, you're not 100%, you're down, like you're just not in a good mood, like you're not like your normal self, but you like don't know why?
Yep, just like irritable.
Yeah, and you just want to and you want to just like quick reactive to things, and so I thought this was like especially interesting, like going back and reading this, and like sometimes it's really tough to do this. Like, don't be fooled by a bad mood. Know what you're going through, even though like you can't totally change it. I think that's the biggest thing to accept there is like, you're not going to be able to change it right now, but at least understand like, hey, how did I get to this point? What am I missing right now? Like, what am I not getting right now that I normally get when I'm in a good mood? And just the importance of like being accepting of it, like remaining aware of the mood and like understanding it. And the last thing on that is like, keep it from leading you toward making more mistakes. So like, I think at that point, it's a matter of taking like the emotions that you have right now and limiting them from making more mistakes, but also like, how can I slowly work my way back and transform these emotions into something positive? And that goes back to seeing like, what am I lacking right now? What do I not have? Like, have I not been getting enough sunlight today? Have I not been getting enough water? Have I not moved enough today? Have I not like done enough things that I actually enjoy doing today? Like, have I not like read something I like reading or go?
Are you mad about something? Or did someone do or say? Yeah.
And that ties into what you were saying. Like, is there someone I need to go talk to about this? Like, that's and it ties in with that. So So bottom line is like, bad moods are okay. Like, you're not wrong for having them. but like digest them, be aware of it, and understand how you got here, and then make healthy choices to avoid making bad mistakes. So.
Yeah, and that's a big one too, because like in those moods, you know, unless you can actually avoid people the entire day, you know, not talking to anyone, like you just don't want to blow up on someone that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So even if you have to see someone in that day, like you have a lunch or something that you can't cancel, whatever. I mean, obviously try to not bring it into a business meeting or anything like that. Close the deal, then be mad later. But, or if you had like, you were going to work out with someone or whatever, even give the heads up, hey, I'm kind of in a mood. Nothing you did. If I'm a little off, that's why. We're cool. I'm just a little moody today. And people will appreciate that exponentially more than if you're just in a sour mood. It's like, yo, we were supposed to like hang, have a nice lunch, have a good workout. Like, what's your deal?
Yeah.
You know, give a little, hey, nothing, I'm just a little moody today.
Yeah.
Let's move some weight. I'll feel better after. Or hey, let's eat. I'll feel good later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's big time. Not letting it lead you to make other mistakes.
For sure.
Because then the next day you'll probably feel fine. It's like, oh man, yesterday was screwed up.
It's amazing what a good night's sleep will do.
Also that sleep is huge.
Like a whole new person.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, Tim, anything else?
No, I think we've covered a lot of good stuff today. I enjoyed this episode. Again, like, please like reach out to us if there's anything you want us to talk about, or there's a person that you want us to bring onto the podcast. We always like talking with new people, and we love like asking good questions to people. So if you think there would be someone that would love to share their story or talk about a topic that would benefit our listeners, like, don't hesitate to reach out. So
or if you work at Yeti or Onnit, or know someone who knows someone at Yeti or Onnit, and they want to sponsor a kick-ass podcast, please hit us up.
Yeah.
We're open to conversation. We don't ask for a lot of things, but I think we're repping both pretty well. Oh, hold on. Got to get a visual plug.
There it is.
Alpha Brandon Coffee, ladies and gentlemen. All right. If you guys are enjoying the show, please head on over to iTunes. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Really gives us some good momentum when people are searching for podcasts. Really helps us out. We appreciate it. As always, thank you so much for hanging with us today. And until next time, we are out of here.